Leave me alone. Oh. It's your girl Waje, and this is Pulse TV.
But you left me for bad, but you left me for good. Please don't come back in my life. I mean to be rude. Yeah. But you left me for good. Please don't come back in my life. I mean to be rude. It's E. Kelly. But you left me for bad, but you left me for good. Please don't come back in my life. I mean to be rude.
Because I could connect with the message and what they're trying to do, and I feel as an artist, every artist is a messenger, and it's most important that we use our brands, to sort of say or preach the things that we believe in, and adding value to the society is one of the things that we should believe in different ways that we can. Well, personally, the gain was more about knowledge for me, because before I had always known I was very passionate about women and the girl child and the welfare of every individual. But because of the campaign, I had to do researches, because I had to be more informed, so I know how to speak or tackle the things that one and I, in collaboration, were trying to work on. And also, we had a petition that we wanted the whole message about it outside education and health and all these things was asking policymakers to make policies that will help us achieve our goal, but also making them understand that we'll hold them accountable when these things are not achieved. So for me, I feel that's one of the greatest things that we were able to achieve, sending that message. We were at the World Economic Forum, and having to speak or basically tell the message in places like that where you had world leaders is also a great achievement. I believe poverty is sexist. It would shock you that in the sub-Saharan part of Africa, only probably 18% of the girl child, gets to primary school. And, culture has a lot to do with it. When you have a family where people don't have money, and probably they are only surviving with the little that they have, which is really, really little, they'll rather send the boy child to school than the girl child, because it's people believe that if you send the boy to school, you basically send the whole family to school. It will shock you how many conversations where you have conversations with people, and people will tell you, okay, the woman's work is in the kitchen and da. But the thing about the woman is she's a multitasker. She doesn't have to always, it's not just about the kitchen. Do you understand? She's the sort of person that if you you basically invest in your nation and your society and your continent, and I honestly believe that if you invest more in women, you definitely will get a lot in return, because women are naturally nurturers, So yes, poverty is sexist. Well, what I think about that, I think it's not their fault, honestly. Do you understand? I just feel that we here, rather than focus on them, look for ways where we can portray ourselves the way we want people to see us, rather than bother ourselves with how they see us. That's my own take. I'm always involved in another campaign or one. Well, it's something that came when I was part of one, and I'm still part of one, and I'm part of Purple. Well, I was for 3 months, but it's still, the message is still the same. So just because it's very important to me, I have a 16-year-old who's going to be 17 soon. So just because it's really important to me that I invest in the younger generation, and you and I invest in the younger generation, I started a campaign called the African Woman, and what we're trying to do is send 5 girls to university for 4 years. Now, with our research, we found out that it will probably cost about the price of a Gucci or a luxury handbag. It will cost the price of a luxury handbag to send a girl child to school. So, you know, you have different campaigns where women are saying, oh, we want equality, this, that. That is great. But what are you women doing about it? So I'm collaborating with different women in business to make sure that we invest in our own children. So, you know, the next generation, we don't have this sort of conversations where people don't have, you know, the sort of opportunity that they need or they need to grasp to get to the best of their own potential. Well, people would think it's selfish, but how do you make other people know what you're trying to achieve and join you in that cause if you don't broadcast it? Do you understand? It's silly to me because here's the thing. You can go to a motherless baby's home and drop money, but how many of you will do it? You understand? And the thing about it is that many times, a lot of people see artists as people who are way up there and, you know, they don't have issues or don't have family problems or things that, you know. Yeah. So the thing about it, as an artist, it's great to do these things, but also you understand that there are other people in the community that may not necessarily be in entertainment, but are willing to help and they don't know. The first time I put up a post on Instagram about Waje Safe House, I was just saying what I was doing and I was getting messages from people outside the country and even in the country telling me, oh, I want to be a part of this. How do I join? If I didn't post it, nobody will know about it. You know what I mean? So I don't think that is, I don't think it's fair that people tag artists as people that are using their social, their CRS, CSR, thank you. Their CSR, do you understand, to sort of like enrich their brand or all of that. You know, if you don't add value to your community, then your whole brand is shit anyways, excuse my French. So. It's a gradual process. It's a gradual process. We're not in the office of judging people or how they do it. You understand? Because one thing I know and I can relate with is things are not exactly very easy for everybody. So some people want to do a lot but can't do as much. You know, so that you let them take their time. You know, eventually they'll come around. That's how I see it. I think what has evolved with my music is more about the lyrical content than the sound in itself, because I've always been open to different styles of music, from my old album to every song that I work now, you know. So, but for me, it's more about the content and what I want to be known for, like serious music. You know, Waje's song will make you think, even when it's upbeat. You know, it's that kind of song that. So I feel like that's where I'm at. But unfortunately, you guys have not heard anything that's in the album. What you've been hearing is just stuff that I did in the past. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it's something that you'll be very proud of. I promise you that. Because the thing about the album is, I'm in a place in my life where I'm looking at everything that's happened around me, and I'm saying, I feel to a certain level people know me, or people think they know me, but they don't really know what goes on. And sometimes we don't have the advantage or the liberty to have conversations with fans one-on-one and tell them, oh, this happened to me yesterday, I had a headache, or I broke my leg, or I didn't find food to eat, or I need to pay school fees, or I don't know what, I think I need another job, you know. And the only way we can express ourselves is through our music, you know. And so this album is really it's very me with regards to everything that has happened. You know, the last album, I took experiences from other people and stories that I heard. But this album, from the first track to the last, will get you to think what's going on in Waje's head. More like...
Okay, well, don't we have social media to help too with the expression?
Well, we do, but why social media when you can make money off your content, honey? The reason why we don't have Grammy Awards yet is because we do not have the structure where people can actually see what we are doing, and there's a counting system where you can say, oh, this person sold this amount of records, or this person is able to do that. We don't have that, in my own opinion, but correct me if I'm wrong. Create that structure. I was having a conversation with colleagues of mine, ladies, and the thing is, when there's growth in numbers, people need to understand that there's power in numbers. And also, the way we relate to each other with regards to business, also helps create that structure. I can't sit in my living room and tell people, oh, the music industry in Nigeria doesn't have structure. What are we supposed to do? This person's supposed to be doing this. Meanwhile, I'm late to events. I talk to people, in a very impolite manner. I have no idea of what the brand is about when I'm going into a meeting. I do not take charge of my brand. I don't know anything about entertainment law. How do you now put that into a brand that becomes a business? And then you now say, oh, we need structure. It has to start with you. So when I relate with you and I'm proper with my business, the other person will know, oh, when you want to deal with Waje, she's about the business. So you go tighten your seatbelt. Then you start behaving. Another person will now say, oh, when I want to deal with that other artist, she's very, or he's very. And then you just naturally will just take that robe on. And then investors and people will see that is a serious market, because a lot of people think that this is a hobby, regardless of how many times they'll tell you, when are you doing a concert, or when is your album coming out? They still think that this is a hobby. I just think that it's unfair that people have their opinions about the family, because you never really know what's going on until you're in there. So I just feel people should pray for them and trust and be confident that there are 3 adults who will make the best decisions for themselves. Probably when I'm 70, and when I have won as many Grammys and as many awards that my children can sell and make money off, I go beat them if they try. And for me, it's more like a legacy, more than the material stuff that we can get. There are people that, because of them, we in our generation can be in this business and work and make money, and these people, they laid that foundation, like the Onyeko Nwenu's. I call her the Beyonce of her time. She was everything a female artist should be, and even more, Brenda Fassie and all of that. And the great thing about these women, and the men as well, is that their music was what they believed. So it wasn't about trend, which is great, but when there's trend and there's heart, then you're a musician, then you are an artist that will live after you were done doing music. I met a young man yesterday, he wrote to me, and he told me his father is Jambo Express, and I went crazy, because as far as I'm concerned, that is a legend. You know what I mean? So I would look back and say, well done, Waje, when other people will take from my work and invest in their own lives and say they've been able to go thus far because Waje was or is a musician.
Okay, perfect point. With
a great bank account, hallelujah. Because if bank account, no, God don't go agree. My children go say, which kind of mama, papa is? No. That's crazy question, because I used to think that it was a lot until recently I found out that the consumer may not necessarily know what they want, because life is about moods. People have different emotions and different moods. You're in traffic, you're tired, you don't want to hear anything but you want to be in that so that you not sleep, because you're there for 5 hours. You listen to upbeat or something that will lift your spirit. And some days you just want calm and you want to think and you just want to feel the moment, and maybe there's plenty breeze there your area. You understand? I was listening to a radio show and it was request time, and it shocked me that let me not paint the truth. Let me just be honest. About 65% of the people that called asked or requested for alternative music. So it will shock you that there are people who listen. You can't say, oh, all the. So sometimes when you listen to what is out there and what people tell you or what media tells you is obtainable, it may not necessarily be what the consumers want, but the consumers will eat it anyway because they are happy to support it. So, leave me alone, oh, make I do the one way I know. It's your girl WAJE Waje, and this is Pulse TV signing out. Bye. And you where they behind camera waiting. You don't do. I don't want to again.